Let's discuss face diagnosis, the basic concepts. Whether a person is healthy or not can be ascertained by observing the face and sensory organs. In TCM, the human face is considered the external representations of the viscera, qi, and blood. It is also where the meridians gather, and therefore the prosperity and decline of the Zhang and Fu organs and the disturbance of vital qi and blood by evil qi will be reflected in the face. For example, a healthy person's face glows, looking attractive and moist, meaning that person has sufficient nourishing qi and blood. If a person's face looks dull or bloodless, it may suggest problems with the person's internal organs. Therefore, face reading plays a crucial role in diagnostic inspection in traditional Chinese medicine. By observing the face, a doctor can perceive the changes happening within the viscera, qi and blood, muscles, joints and bones, meridians, and the vital qi, thereby understanding the prosperity and decline of the vital qi and the depth of penetration of evil qi, thus predicting the course of pathological changes. Now let's go to the basic concepts. Face reading is one aspect of the diagnostic inspection of traditional Chinese medicine, a method through which a TCM doctor observes on the patient's face the reflex zones pertaining to the visceral organs and learns about the health condition of the person's viscera. With an overview of the face and the sensory organs in mind, the doctor learns the functional states of the body's viscera, the meridians, and the qi and blood, thereby arriving at a conclusion about the general and localized pathological changes of the person's body. Put simply, one can look at the sensory organs on the face and inspect the state of qi and blood, and the diseases of Zhang and Fu organs can be determined. Specifically, the diagnostic face reading relies on the inspection of several things. First, the color and brightness of the face. By observing the color and brightness of facial skin, a doctor determines the prosperity and decline of qi and blood and the progression of a pathological development, thereby predicting a person's health conditions. For example, the skin color of a Chinese person is yellow, and when the facial skin looks rosy with radiance, it is a healthy complexion. When it looks otherwise, it may indicate a health problem. Now let's go to the shape and bearing of a person. There is much to be read in a person's physical shape and bearing. People who are overweight but actually eat very little are most likely to experience a spleen deficiency and phlegm retention, while those who are skinny but eat a lot often have excess stomach fire. A person's bearing is a manifestation of the person's general state of health. People who are quiet and do not like to move much often experience cold syndromes. People who are easily irritated and like to move a lot are most likely to have heat syndromes. The general spirit. A person's spirit is the comprehensive manifestation of that person's vitality. Decisions are generally made through observing one's spirits, the look in one's eyes, the facial expression, their language ability, and their responsiveness. If a person has acute awareness, speaks clearly, and is quick to respond, and the eyes look clear and bright, these are manifestations that the person is healthy. Conversely, if a person is often incoherent and has a dull look in the eyes, an apathetic facial expression and slow responses, and also exhibits a general lassitude, it means that this person is in a state of sickness and may even be seriously ill. The five sensory organs on the face. Inspecting the five sensory organs is an important aspect of face reading diagnosis. TCM teaches that the five visceral organs open to the five sensory organs, and therefore, one can learn the health conditions of the viscera through observing the five sensory organs on the face. The eyes are the orifices of the liver, and therefore diseases associated with the liver are often reflected in the eyes. For example, if the eyes are red and swollen, it is usually a result of liver fire or wind heat. The kidneys open into the ears, and therefore problems associated with the kidneys often manifest themselves in the ears. For example, if the pinna of the ear looks scorched black and withered, it is usually a sign of insufficient kidney essence. The lung opens into the nose. If a pathogen develops in the lungs, the nose will perform abnormally. Example, a twitching nose signifies pathogenic heat congesting the lung. Now let's move on to tongue signs. Diagnosis through the tongue signs is a unique diagnostic procedure based on the experiences accumulated by TCM practices over time. It is conducted by looking at the texture of the tongue, that is the muscular part of the tongue, and the tongue coating, that is the moss-like covering of the tongue surface. Tongue texture can reveal the state of deficiency and excess of the viscera, while the tongue coating can reveal the depth of external evil invasion of the body. A healthy person has a tongue that is pale red in color with a thin layer of white coating. Abnormalities of the tongue can be determined through its color and coating. For example, when the tongue is red, it signifies heat, and when pale white, it indicates deficiency and cold. A purple tongue suggests blood stasis, and a yellow one implies inferior and heat syndromes. When the tongue is white, it denotes superficious and cold syndromes. Thank you for your attention.